Since 1995, the slice held by billionaires has risen from 1% to 3%, according to the World Inequality Report. This increase was exacerbated during the COVID pandemic. In fact, 2020 marked the steepest increase in global billionaires.
Here's a summary of the article.
Paris, the share of global wealth of the world's richest people soared at a record pace during the COVID pandemic, a report on inequality showed on Tuesday. Since 1995, the slice held by billionaires has risen from 1% to 3%, according to the World Inequality Report. This increase was exacerbated during the COVID pandemic. In fact, 2020 marked the steepest increase in global billionaires' share of wealth on record, the document said. The club of the richest 1% has taken more than a third of all additional wealth accumulated since 1995, while the bottom 50% captured just 2%. According to the report, the world's 52 richest individuals have seen the value of their wealth grow by 9.2% per year for the past 25 years, well above less wealthy social groups. Women's share of total global income from work was less than 35%, up from near 30% in 1990 but short of parity with men. The 228-page report, whose contributors include French economist Thomas Piketty, calls for a modest progressive wealth tax on global multimillionaires in order to redistribute wealth, along with measures to prevent tax evasion.
This post received a score of 4,500, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Greater than this increase was exacerbated during the COVID pandemic. In fact, 2020 marked the steepest increase in global billionaires. Yep, called it.
Never let a good crisis go to waste.
It was incredibly easy to make money on stocks in 2020.
Weird. The government only printed like $9 trillion. Really shocking that it ended up in securities.
This is an inevitable consequence of inflation. This is a more meaningful measure.
One could actually imagine an increasingly equal world where instead of one man worth 100 billion, we had 200 people worth 1 billion. The metric would show more billionaires, and that the now larger group controlled twice as much wealth as when we had just one billionaire. It's a shit metric altogether. I think publications intentionally make stupid mistakes like this as strawmen, to undermine the overall point that inequality is certainly increasing in meaningful ways that threaten the stability of our world.
I don't think they're undermining the point that wealth inequality is increasing, though, since the OP's title still implies that wealth inequality increasing is now a pretty commonly discussed issue, so unless a particular media outlet is heavily biased, controlled to downplay it, it makes sense for most to put up headlines feeding it to take advantage of the hot topic. The problem is that the full details and mechanisms of what's happening and how will probably be ignored, since that might not get as many views as simpler headlines, which will make getting public support for more complexer.
And people will still blame either Republicans or Democrats. As if both aren't complicit.
They're all part of that big club that we ain't in.
I guess we should be glad we aren't in it. Because at least we still have our humanity. A shame humanity cannot buy one a life worth living.
Damn.
This will inevitably be fixed with pitchforks and torches.
I can't wait, TBH.
The workers work, the rich get more.
Jesus saves. Gretzky scores the worker's slave. The rich get more. One wrong move. We risk the cup, play the man, not the puck.
Increase of total billionaires?
Slice held by billionaires is a meaningless metric as inflation will naturally increase the number of billionaires. Top 0.1% of the population would be a better metric as it scales with inflation.
Do you really think people get rich off of other people's misery? You think right.
Eat the rich.
During the Great Depression, sales of yachts went up. So I heard.
Outraged Redditors from North America and Europe not realizing they are all in the top 10% of wealthiest humans.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.